Today I want to share with you how to make chocolate croissants using this product, and which is a puff pastry. Now it's gluten-free. This they also carry like regular wheat puff pastry, but I use this product and I did share with you guys how to make the traditional pot pies in a ramekin, and they were absolutely delicious. So I think this will work also for a mock croissant, but croissants are not made with puff pastry at all. There is definitely a different formula, and it's just a little thicker than it should be anyway for a croissant. So what I'm going to do is throw a little bit of rice flour in here, and then I'm going to use a rolling pin to just kind of thin it out just a little bit. I don't really want to thin it out too much, but I do want to make it more like a croissant dough. So you can see that I just barely rolled it a little bit more, okay? And this product contains a little bit of milk in the form of butter, but it doesn't really have anything else. And croissant dough does not contain eggs. The eggs, some people use it as an egg wash. There's also another form that is, and I'll put it on the notes, that a chef from France uses, which is a syrup made with gum arabic product. So I have it where I want it, and I'm going to use just this ruler to see. It's about 10 inches. So really, if I was making a traditional croissant, I would only be making 4 in here, believe it or not, because they gotta be folded a little bit. So I really don't have a lot of people at home at this point. All my kids are grown. So when you cut it, you want to cut it straight down. And what I'm going to do here is probably take a little bit of this, because so when it puff up, you're going to be able to see the beautiful layers that this little puff pastry develops. And then when they come out of the oven, so there's not a lot of loss, you could toast them with a little bit of sugar and turn them into like a little cookie. So I have about 7 3/4. So I'm going to cut them in half in here. And you can kind of eyeball it in here. Well, it's a little heavier, isn't it? There you go. It wasn't exactly completely even, but you get the logistics. So I'm going to use some of the little batons that are used for baking. And this is the berry calaboose that we used to use in the bakery. So now you put the little batons, and then you bring those ends in. Okay. Can you see why I told you can only get 4? So now I'm going to put them on a baking tray. I'm going to put them in the refrigerator while my oven is warming up. And I will not bake them any higher than 425. Now let's see what this box says for the puff pastry, 425, okay? So I'm preheating my oven at 435, and then when I put them in, I am going to lower it, because what's going to happen is the butter will render out and they are not going to be that nice. But you can see the little batons in there. So I'm going to actually put them out at room temperature for a little bit while I the oven reaches temperature. If it was like super warm in the summer, I would definitely put them in the refrigerator. Okay, can you see? They look really nice. And you can make them in the morning. Actually, you can shape them and put them in the in a tray and cover them in plastic and then bake them in the morning. And I bet that they're gonna be good. So the croissants came out of the oven. I could have had glazed them with egg, but I didn't want to. Now, again, some people have allergies to eggs. So these ones were baked at 425. I started the oven at 435, but I can tell that they do like an oven a little hotter. And if I would have had glazed them with the egg, they would be shiny from the beginning. But there's a product called gum arabic, and you can make a syrup, and I'll put the link to the guy's recipe, and I have used it, and they will come out very shiny. The other thing that you can do is sprinkle a little bit of powdered sugar, just like that, and you can dress them up. So I'm going to stop again in here for a minute and show you this is the product. It's Dufour, and it's a gluten-free puff pastry that mimics the pastry that puff pastry that you would eat if it was wheat. Now let's cut it and see what it feels like. It is wickedly hot right now, but I'm gonna crack on it to break it, and you guys can see the inside if I don't burn my hands first. And listen for the crack. Look at that steam. It is really hot. I would wait a little bit to eat them, because you can see that they really need to rest a little bit, but they're nice and crunchy in here. So I am going to try them and see. So good, and it's a way of cheating without all the labor. Enjoy.